We are living in a world that worships constant busyness, a relentless race where we feel we must always be moving just to stay relevant. In this storm of productivity, we often find ourselves exhausted, wondering if running faster actually means we are moving any closer to our true goals. But what if the secret to achieving more isn't found in doing more? What if the most powerful action is actually found in a state of stillness? Take a moment to breathe. Notice the contrast between the frantic energy of the city around you and the quiet rhythm of your own internal heartbeat. As we slow down, we begin to see that the quality of our life is not measured by the speed of our movements, but by our depth. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius once wrote that the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts and your internal mental state. His wisdom echoes through time, reminding us that we have power over our minds, even when we have no power over the external world around us. This is where we encounter the ancient Chinese concept of wu-wei, often translated as non-doing or the art of action without any forced effort. Wu-wei is not about being lazy or passive. It is about acting in harmony with the natural flow of life, rather than struggling against it. Think of it as a state of perfect alignment, where you are so in tune with your task that the work seems to do itself through you. It is the art of achieving everything by forcing nothing. Let us explore how to apply this ancient wisdom to our modern, high-pressure urban lives. Lesson 1. Stop forcing outcomes. Most of our stress comes from trying to control things that are simply beyond our reach or our direct influence. Observe the river. It does not argue with the rocks in its path. It simply flows around them, finding the path of least resistance naturally. By letting go of the need to force a specific result, we open ourselves to the natural possibilities that the current of life provides for us. When we align our actions with reality as it is, rather than how we wish it to be, we stop wasting our vital energy on friction. This acceptance is not a sign of weakness. It is the ultimate strategy of the wise who understand the true nature of power and influence. Lesson 2. Practice the art of letting go. Consider how we often try to hold onto our lives with a grip that is far too tight. The harder you squeeze the sand, the faster it escapes you. But when you open your palm, the sand stays, resting naturally in your hand. We must learn to hold our ambitions with an open palm. Effort is necessary, but the desperate grasping for control only leads to exhaustion. True mastery comes when you trust the process enough to let it unfold. You provide the direction, and then you allow the momentum to carry you. Like a master calligrapher, your strokes should be confident and deliberate, yet free from the stiff anxiety of trying to make them look perfect. Epictetus reminded us that some things are up to us, and some are not. Our opinions and desires are ours. The external world is not. When we focus only on what we can control, we find a profound sense of freedom that the rest of the world is constantly chasing. This is the essence of wu-wei. By not resisting the inevitable, we become invincible. We move with the world, and thus the world moves us. Lesson 3. Find the minimalism in your actions. We often overcomplicate our lives with unnecessary movements and thoughts that serve no real purpose. When an artist is in the zone, they do not try to create beauty. They simply remove everything that is not the image they see. They become a vessel for the creative act. There is no ego, no hesitation, and no unnecessary effort. Only the pure flow of the moment. In your own work, look for the path of least resistance. What is the simplest, most elegant way to solve the problem in front of you? Efficiency is not about working harder. It is about removing the friction of indecision and the clutter of overthinking our every single move. Lesson 4. Enter the state of effortless action. This is the psychological state known as flow, where time seems to disappear into the background. Flow happens when your skills are perfectly matched to the challenge at hand. You are fully engaged, yet you feel completely relaxed and focused. In this state, you are no longer the one doing the work is doing itself. Your intuition takes over and guides your hands. This is the physical manifestation of Wu Wei. Strength is found in softness, and power is found in the absence of any rigid tension. To reach this state, you must stop trying so hard. Let go of the self-consciousness that judges every step you take while you are working. The leaf does not struggle to land on the water. It simply yields to the wind and the pull of gravity, arriving exactly where it belongs. Your actions can have this same quality of naturalness. When you stop fighting the environment, you become a master of your surroundings. Achieving more without V letter 1 EAFT, K I letter 1 EC7T, S letter 1 E9C, L letter 1 EF1C, without draining your soul, is the ultimate goal of the urban philosopher living in the modern world. Lesson 5. Learn the power of the strategic pause. We often feel that if we stop moving, we will lose our momentum and fall. But a bow that is always drawn will eventually lose its spring. A string that is always tight will eventually snap under the pressure. Knowing when to stop is just as important as knowing when to start. The pause is what gives the music its meaning and beauty. In your busy schedule, create pockets of nothingness. Times where you have no agenda, no goals, and no expectations of being productive at all. These moments of stillness are not wasted time. They are the periods where your mind recovers its clarity and your spirit regains its strength. Ask yourself, what am I holding onto too tightly right now? Is it a project, a relationship, or perhaps an image of myself? When we identify the source of our tension, we can consciously choose to loosen our grip. We can let the situation breathe on its own. Stress is the enemy of creativity. A mind that is clenched like a fist cannot receive new ideas or perceive the subtle opportunities around it. By relaxing our mental muscles, we allow the subconscious mind to work in the background, solving problems while we are simply being present. This is the art of strategic patience. We wait for the mud to settle so that the water becomes clear and we can see. Lesson 6. Cultivate a mind like clear water. William James believed that the ability to bring back a wandering attention is the root of character. This is non-judgmental attention. It is observing your thoughts and feelings as they arise, without being swept away by the current of emotion. When you meditate, you aren't trying to stop your thoughts. You are simply learning to not get tangled in them as they pass through. Your mind is like that water. Distractions will come, but if you do not agitate the surface, they will eventually settle on their own. A clear mind can reflect reality accurately. It can see things as they truly are, allowing you to make decisions with effortless and perfect clarity. From this height, the chaos of the city looks like a beautiful, organized pattern. We realize that we are part of a much larger system. You don't have to carry the whole world on your shoulders. You only need to play your part in the grand harmony of the universe. One small light can illuminate a vast darkness. One calm person can bring peace to an entire room of stressed and anxious individuals. This is the power of being rather than doing. Your presence becomes your most effective tool for influencing the world around you every day. Lesson 7. The final art of achieving everything by wanting nothing. Seneca taught us that true wealth is a mind that is free. We are often slaves to our own desires for status, money, and recognition. These desires are the weights that keep us from floating naturally. When you no longer need these things to feel complete, you paradoxically become much more effective at acquiring them without the usual desperate struggle. It is the law of reversed effort. The more you chase something with desperation, the more it seems to run away from your grasp. But when you stand still and align yourself with the truth, the things you need will often find their own way toward you. Think of sleep. If you try to fall asleep, you only wake yourself up more. You cannot force sleep, you can only invite it. You create the right conditions: darkness, silence, comfort, and then you let go. Sleep comes when you stop trying to make it happen. Success in life works the same way. Create the right conditions through skill and character, then let the results take care of themselves. Consider a job interview. If you are too desperate for the job, your anxiety will mask your true talents and push the interviewer away. But when you walk in with a sense of why, you are fully present. You listen better, you speak more clearly, and you shine. You are detached from the outcome, which makes you more attractive as a candidate. You are being yourself, and that is your greatest power. Be like the farmer. He plants the seeds. He waters the ground and pulls the weeds. But he does not pull the plants. He knows that the plant has its own timing. He respects the process. He works hard, but he never tries to force the growth. As we conclude, remember that why is not about escaping the world. It is about living in it with a heart that is free. You can be productive, ambitious, and successful while remaining centered and calm. You can move through the storm without being the storm. When you stop forcing, you start seeing the beauty in the small things. You become more compassionate, more creative, and infinitely more alive today. The world is moving, and you are moving with it. Trust in the rhythm of the universe. Trust in the power of your own nature. Relax your mind. Let go of the need to control everything. You will find that you achieve more than you ever thought possible before. Thank you for joining us on this journey. May you find the art of why in every step you take. Be at peace.